Well, here we have a one-of-a-kind car. This is a custom-made 1970 Continental Mark III made for the chairman of Martin Marietta Corporation, Grover Herman. Apparently, Grover loved the styling of the Mark III, but really wanted a four-door sedan. Hence, he ordered one, and then it was shipped to Lehman Peterson for conversion into the four-door suicide door sedan that you see here, similar to the large Continental. And it's a beautiful job. This car was originally gray, but was damaged in shipment to Lehman Peterson, and Mr. Herman's wife didn't like the color, so she had it switched to this blue color, and it's been that ever since. This is an all-original car in wonderful shape. Look, they even custom did the door panels with the window switches. Just an amazing conversion. And this is a one-of-one vehicle. There are no others that are known to exist. Mr. Herman ended up paying $25,000 for this vehicle after the conversion, taking into account the $9,000-ish base price of the car, plus the conversion, plus the repaint because it was damaged in shipment. Pretty amazing. And here we have a 71 Mark III in what I believe is medium green poly. Really attractive color on this car, and the interior is a similar color, including these high back seats. And by this year, there were a couple differences. You can see the vents were different than, as an example, in 69. The gauge faces had changed as well to have orange needles. The door panels were different from 69. They changed those in 70. These high back seats came in 71. Just an overall attractive car and a great year for the overall Mark III to go out after just 3 model years in production. And this cavalry twill top, which is only padded on the sections below that seam. It's not padded in the middle of the top. And here is another 71 Mark III. This one in kind of a silvery blue color. I believe it might be a color called light gray poly. And again, you see the split bench, the high back buckets, the cavalry twill top. That's the automatic headlamp dimming eye there on the driver's side fender. And what a beautiful front end. This was when Lee Iacocca basically told the Ford designers, put a Rolls-Royce grille on the Thunderbird. And I think the designers didn't like to do it, but this car was a big sales success. You can see it's got these great wheel arches that flare out there, a little bit a la Toronado, although the leading edge of them is not as robust as the Tornado's leading edge of the wheel arches was. This green one somebody's added a hood ornament to it. These didn't come from the factory with a hood ornament, but a lot of people wanted that. And in fact, some of the early models did have a stand-up hood ornament. It was taken away presumably because of safety related issues, especially after Ralph Nader had published the Unsafe at Any Speed book about the Corvair. Let's take one last look at this four-door conversion. The owner's written up this piece about the overall vehicle, and you can see the $25,000 plus total price that Mr. Herman paid to have this car converted. And it's just amazing. I guess he really, really wanted that Mark III, but it had to be a four-door. He didn't want the Continental, which actually I thought was quite a handsome car for the period, just the standard Lincoln Continental sedan. Overall, the Mark III was a good seller for Lincoln. It obviously allowed them to do the Mark IV, which was an even better seller and outsold the Cadillac Eldorado in many of the years that it was produced. And I think it is interesting that Lincoln called this the Mark III. They kind of forgot about the 1958 Mark III. Same with the Mark IV. There was a 1959 Mark IV and a 1960 Mark V. They kind of forgot about, I think because this car, this two-place, was more in spirit with the Continental Mark II, and hence they kind of restarted the naming. But strange if you weren't aware of that particular bit of history. These 71s are also interesting because they have the markers in the bumper. That came in 1970, but was not on the 1969 cars. What a cool trio of these Mark IIIs. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for watching this video on a trio of Mark IIIs. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, check out the video thumbnails at bottom left and right for some suggestions for you. Thanks again and take care.